Alright guys, Rich here from the RC Network, and this is going to be part of the upgrade series for my Mini 8T from Losi. This is going to be part number 4 that's going to go over which electronic speed control that I plan to run in my Mini 8T. So went ahead and already upgraded the motor, the servo. Last part is going to be the speed control. So I want to keep this thing running really cool and be able to run this thing on a 1/10 scale indoor track. So I plan to kind of go overkill on the speed control here, but also keep it somewhat within a budget a little bit too. So I went with the Leopard Hobby brushless speed control. This is an 80 amp speed control. It's intended for a 1/10 size vehicle, so it should have no issue running in this 1/14 size truggy. So really quick, here's a look at the stock speed control. Had some issues with heat and just a fairly small speed control to say the least. Really the heat sinks really give you an idea of the real true size of it. However, they kind of make this large kind of footprint of it. So, it performed fine. If I were to put this in there with that Miscellaneous motor, it's probably going to be okay. It's probably going to run pretty hot. But of course I need to upgrade it. So I went ahead and I picked up this thing from asiatees.com. This is, of course, the Leopard Hobby. Let's look at some of the specs on this thing really quick. Quick model number there. This is a waterproof 80 amp speed control. And it should have some pretty good features here. So there's some of the things right there that it does. Of course, lithium LiPo battery supported, low voltage protection, overheat protection, USB supported, so you're able to program it with their particular card. So let's take a look at what you get inside the box here. So inside, kind of a plastic wrap box, and let me go ahead and grab the speed control out of here. And let's take a look at other stuff that's inside of this box here. So it looks like you get a additional kind of little wire harness here. It looks like it has a fan deal right there on up to a receiver plug. Not exactly what sure that is for. Might be actually for the programming of the ESC. You also get, looks like some gold female side of the 4mm banana plugs for going up to the motor with some heat shrink. Also get some heat shrink here for the motor or for the battery wires. They're including some, looks like some 3M double-sided tape for not only the switch but also the speed control. You also get an extra little little rubber grommet here for the switch and some screws and also some zip ties and some instructions in there at the bottom. So pretty cool that they're including all the little extras. That's kind of nice. Let's take a look at the speed control now. So pretty much a 1/10 size speed control, very similar to like a Mamba Max Pro. It almost looks like that. So it has kind of that Tekin RSX little cross member right there to kind of look like that. This is, however, all plastic up here. Nice heat sink right there. I may run it without the fan. I'm not sure yet. But one thing that I am concerned with is this large piece right here for the capacitors. So I am going to have to run it a particular way in the car to be able to clear that that center brace. So looks like you have your battery wires right there, quite a bit of length there, so 5 inches or so. And the motor leads are about 8 inches, so quite a bit of length on those. Those are going to be chopped down. You do have a waterproof switch here and also the receiver lead. That is also about 8 inches or so. So pretty cool. It is waterproof. You see there 80 amps, so it's going to be plenty. Internal BEC is rated at 6 volts, 2 amps. And this can take anywhere between 2 to 3 S LiPos, so that's kind of why I chose this one. You can kind of see the rubber grommet going around there to keep it all waterproof. Also some silicone that has spewed out of there for the receiver and the switch wires. So pretty cool. I'm going to get this thing mounted in here and kind of show you guys what it looks like once it's all done. All right, I'm back now, and I went ahead and got that Leopard Hobbies ESC installed in my Mini 8T. And everything went pretty easily. Now, putting in this size of ESC is kind of like cramming in a monster motor into like a small car. So it is a little bit overkill for the Mini AT, but I think it's going to be beneficial once we get some temps going and start running this thing pretty hard. So everything's kind of inside of the truggy, and I haven't done any of the final wiring yet. I still want to test some things out and then finally, you know, start zip tying some things down just so everything's clear of the drive shafts and whatnot. So everything's just kind of mocked up right now. I did all the soldering for the motor. I left the wires a little bit long just in case of anything. But let's take a look at how everything turned out. So pretty much there is the ESC, and it's pretty much crammed in there. I mean, you can kind of see a little bit of a bulge right here of the side tub, but that's okay. It fits in there perfect in between there and that center support right there. So it's pretty much crammed in there fairly easily. I wired the motor wires kind of in the inside of it just so I could clear. I couldn't quite get it underneath this capacitor right here to flip it around. So that's why I ended up having that orientation of the ESC. You'll see here I have the switch kind of mounted on top of the servo, and then of course the motor wires. Now the Traxxas motors do not come labeled as far as A, B, and C, so I just took a stab at it. Looks like I got it correct, and I do have the correct color of shrink wrap that I'm going to put on the other side once I finalize everything. So on the flip side over here, you can kind of see how everything kind of fits in there, and everything's clear of the drive shaft. You see the drive shaft right inside there. So pretty cool. Just still need to do some final wiring here. This is kind of messy right now, and then everything should be good. I already test fired it. Everything seems to be working great. I want to look into the owner's manual of that Leopard Hobbies ESC and see if I'm missing anything, and you know, just kind of calibrate it and fine tune it. So but that's it, guys. That is an 80 amp ESC, kind of like a Mamba Max Pro sized ESC that's in a Mini AT. So pretty cool. Can't wait to finish this thing off. I have some wheels and tires that I want to show you guys in the next episode, along with a new body that's coming in for this too. So stay tuned for that. Any questions about this episode? This is episode number 5 of the Upgrade series. Please post it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.